Hello, friends. In light of latest research findings, there is a really disturbing pattern to notice based on the health data of us all. Despite being told continuously by the health system to avoid eating fats for last 50 years, particularly red meat and saturated fats, as they could cause insulin sensitivity, still, the rate of health issues like obesity, type 2 diabetes, and other chronic conditions has risen at an alarming rate. And interestingly, in the same time window, the global financial value of obesity-related health market has grown to a mammoth $2 trillion annually, with the US alone spending $327 billion on diabetes-related healthcare, with people like you and I being the fuel of this dirty wealth generation game. Now, the point we all need to understand here is that no such thing in this money-driven world happens by a coincidence. It's become pretty evident that the narrative we've been sold all along, that saturated fats are our real enemy, pushing us into insulin-related and other severe health issues, is far away from reality. So, the truth has to be dug out in a scientific manner, clearing away the false confusion created about eating red meat and saturated fats, enabling the misled public make the right choices for their health and wellness. And this is the sole purpose of this video today. Based on the findings of 5 groundbreaking research studies conducted by highly reputable organizations, we are going to reveal what are the real scientific facts about consumption of saturated fats, how it affects our vital health markers, what is the real cause of insulin sensitivity in our body, and most importantly, which are the 10 untreatable chronic diseases effectively cured by eating saturated fats and red meat. And trust us, none of this information the health mafia wants you to be aware of. So rest assured, after getting the answers to these critical questions, you certainly would be a totally different person within a few minutes, fully equipped with the right knowledge to make the correct decisions about your vital health for the years to come. And by the way, if you already have not done so far, become a proud member of our vibrant carnivore community by subscribing to our channel, helping us spread the healing message further. Well, friends, it is now being revealed that the entrenched belief that saturated fats are harmful for our health is not at all based on any solid scientific foundation. Rather, it has been significantly influenced by the financial interests of big food and big pharma nexus. The demonic relationship between big food and big pharma practically stands on the pillars of the false narrative built against the actual healthy foods, which primarily consists of high-fat foods, red meat in particular. But it's the time to cut out this crap and walk into the world of truth, all based on genuine scientific facts and findings. Let's now dive into the new study findings, and then we would discuss the most critical thing afterwards. Well, friends, a groundbreaking study conducted by Volek et al., published in PLOS One, demonstrated that a low-carb diet, high in saturated fats, actually improved insulin sensitivity in the body. Participants in this study showed a remarkable reduction in fasting insulin levels by approximately 40%, and their insulin sensitivity improved by over 75%. These findings simply dump the long-standing belief that saturated fats are harmful, suggesting instead that they can be part of a healthy diet when carbohydrates are restricted to a minimal level, like in keto and the carnivore diet. To understand why saturated fats do not cause insulin resistance in low-carb diets, it is essential to delve into the mechanisms of energy metabolism. Carbohydrates, when consumed in large quantities, cause a rapid increase in blood sugar levels, prompting the pancreas to release insulin. This hormone's primary role is to help cells absorb glucose for energy. However, chronic high carbohydrate intake can lead to insulin resistance, where cells become less responsive to insulin, requiring more of it to manage the same amount of glucose. Over time, this leads to higher insulin levels and increased fat storage, particularly in the liver and muscles, which exacerbates insulin resistance and contributes to a variety of health issues. Conversely, low-carb diets like the ketogenic and carnivore diets significantly reduce carbohydrate intake, prompting the body to shift its primary energy source from glucose to fat. This metabolic state, known as ketosis, involves the liver converting fatty acids into ketones, which are then used by the body for energy. In ketosis, insulin levels remain low and stable, as there is no excess glucose to manage. This shift not only helps reduce body fat but also improves insulin sensitivity, making the body more efficient in utilizing insulin. Moving on, The study by Feynman et al. Reviewed the impact of carbohydrate restriction on metabolic syndrome and found some astounding results. Low-carbohydrate diets lead to reductions in insulin resistance, better glycemic control, and improvements in lipid profiles. These findings strongly suggest that carbohydrates, not saturated fats, are the primary drivers of insulin resistance in the body, further pushing off the false narrative about saturated fats. Another crucial aspect to consider here is the role of inflammation in insulin resistance. Chronic inflammation is a known contributor to this metabolic disorder, and diets high in carbohydrates have been linked to increased levels of inflammatory markers. In contrast, low-carb, high-fat diets have been shown to reduce inflammation. Forsyth et al. Conducted a study comparing low-carb, high-fat diets with low-fat diets and found that participants on the low-carb diet had significantly lower levels of C-reactive protein, CRP, an inflammation marker, compared to those on the low-fat diet. This reduction in inflammation further explains why low-carb, high-fat diets improve insulin sensitivity. Moreover, the quality of fats consumed also plays a critical role. Not all saturated fats are created equal. Natural sources of saturated fats, such as those found in grass-fed meats, butter, and ghee, are more beneficial compared to processed and hydrogenated fats found in many processed foods. These natural fats provide essential fatty acids and fat-soluble vitamins that support our overall health. The fear of saturated fats has also led to an increased consumption of polyunsaturated fats, particularly omega-6 fatty acids, prevalent in many vegetable oils. While some polyunsaturated fats are essential, the modern diet often leads to an imbalance, with a higher ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids. This imbalance can promote inflammation and has been associated with increased insulin resistance. In contrast, saturated fats, when consumed in a well-managed low-carb diet, do not cause such issues and instead support a healthier metabolic profile. Factual evidence from various studies further debunks the myth that saturated fats are the primary cause of insulin resistance. A meta-analysis by Siri Torino et al. Found no significant link between saturated fat intake and cardiovascular disease, often cited as a consequence of insulin resistance. Instead, the analysis highlighted the more critical role of carbohydrate intake in these health outcomes. Further reinforcing this point, a study by Yancey et al. Demonstrated that individuals following a low-carb diet experienced significant improvements in weight loss and insulin sensitivity compared to those on a low-fat diet. The low-carb group had lower fasting insulin levels and improved glucose tolerance, underscoring the benefits of reducing carbohydrate intake and pushing on with increased fat and protein consumption. As we move ahead, we would like you to share your own health journey and experience. Have you healed any chronic issues, eating high-fat, high-protein foods? What results have you had so far? Do write in the comments. And now, we are going to share what the health mafia does not want you to know. Let's now explore the top 10 health conditions and chronic diseases, which the doctors declare to be untreatable, but are efficiently cured and healed by eating red meat and saturated fats, particularly on the carnivore diet. So let's start off with the highly critical cardiovascular health. The first health condition we are going to discuss in this section is high blood pressure, also known as hypertension. High blood pressure, or hypertension, is a condition where the force of blood against the artery walls is consistently too high, leading to health problems like heart disease and stroke. Diet-related factors such as high sodium intake, excessive alcohol consumption, and diets high in refined carbohydrates and sugars contribute to hypertension. Symptoms often include headaches, shortness of breath, and nosebleeds. The carnivore diet really helps to control and reduce high blood pressure. This diet emphasizes the consumption of animal products, which are naturally low in carbohydrates and free from added sugars and processed foods. Studies have shown that reducing carbohydrate intake leads to significant reductions in blood pressure. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that a low-carb diet resulted in greater blood pressure reductions compared to a low-fat diet. Furthermore, the carnivore diet eliminates processed foods high in sodium, which vastly helps lower blood pressure. The diet's focus on nutrient-dense animal products also ensures adequate intake of essential minerals like potassium and magnesium, which play a crucial role in maintaining healthy blood pressure levels, thus helping you get rid of that annoying daily pill. At number 2, We have atherosclerosis. Atherosclerosis is a disease in which plaque builds up inside the arteries, leading to restricted blood flow and increasing the risk of heart attacks and strokes. This condition is often caused by high levels of low-density lipoprotein, LDL cholesterol, high blood pressure, and chronic inflammation, which are exacerbated by diets high in refined sugars, trans fats, and processed foods. The carnivore diet helps prevent atherosclerosis by promoting a heart-healthy nutrient profile. By eliminating processed foods and sugars, the diet reduces inflammation and oxidative stress, which are the two key contributors to arterial plaque formation. Research published in the Journal of Lipid Research indicates that low-carbohydrate diets reduce levels of small, dense LDL particles, which are particularly atherogenic. Additionally, the carnivore diet's emphasis on nutrient-dense animal products ensures adequate intake of omega-3 fatty acids from sources like fatty fish, which have anti-inflammatory properties and help improve our lipid profiles. The diet also provides ample amounts of vitamins and minerals essential for vascular health, such as vitamin K2, which helps prevent calcification of arteries. By improving metabolic health, reducing inflammation, and supporting optimal lipid levels, the carnivore diet plays a significant role in preventing the progression of atherosclerosis, thus promoting our cardiovascular health. Friends, we would highly encourage you to share your own experiences related to the carnivore diet and which symptoms you were able to cure with it. Do tell your journey in the comments. Moving ahead, let's move to the next section of diseases which are cured by the carnivore diet, the metabolic and endocrine health. Disease number 3, type 2, diabetes. One of the most common, yet most destructive type 2 diabetes is a chronic condition that affects the way the body processes blood sugar, also known as glucose. It results from insulin resistance, where cells do not respond properly to insulin, causing elevated blood sugar levels. Diets high in refined carbohydrates, sugars, and unhealthy fats are major contributors towards diabetes. Symptoms include frequent urination, increased thirst, fatigue, and blurred vision. The carnivore diet helps cure and reverse type 2 diabetes by drastically reducing carbohydrate intake, thereby lowering blood sugar levels and improving insulin sensitivity. A study published in Diabetes Therapy found that low-carb diets can significantly reduce HbA1c levels, a measure of long-term blood glucose in diabetic patients. The diet emphasizes nutrient-dense animal products, which provide essential nutrients without spiking blood sugar. By focusing on protein and fats, the diet helps stabilize energy levels and reduce cravings. Furthermore, eliminating processed foods and sugars reduces inflammation and oxidative stress, both of which are linked to insulin resistance. By promoting a state of ketosis, where the body burns fat for fuel instead of glucose, the carnivore diet can lead to significant weight loss, further enhancing insulin sensitivity and glucose control. This approach provides a sustainable and effective way to manage and adequately reverse type 2 diabetes. Moving on, at number 4, we have obesity. Obesity is a condition characterized by excessive body fat that increases the risk of various health issues, including heart disease, diabetes, and certain cancers. It is often caused by a combination of genetic, behavioral, and environmental factors, with diet playing a crucial role. High intake of refined carbohydrates, sugars, and processed foods can lead to weight gain and obesity. Symptoms include increased body weight, fatigue, and difficulty with physical activities. The carnivore diet effectively combats obesity by promoting weight loss through a high-protein, low-carbohydrate approach. This diet encourages the consumption of satiating animal products, which help reduce overall calorie intake by keeping hunger at bay. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition demonstrated that high-protein diets increase feelings of fullness and reduce overall calorie consumption. Additionally, by eliminating refined carbohydrates and sugars, the carnivore diet stabilizes blood sugar levels, thus reducing insulin spikes and fat storage. The diet's emphasis on healthy fats also promotes ketosis, which is a metabolic state where the body burns fat for fuel, leading to significant weight loss. Furthermore, the reduction in processed food intake significantly decreases inflammation and vastly improves our metabolic health, making it easier for the body to shed excess weight. This comprehensive approach helps individuals achieve and maintain a healthy weight. By the way, how much weight have you lost since you started the carnivore approach? Do tell us in the comments. Disease number 5, metabolic syndrome. It may sound a bit complex, Metabolic syndrome is a cluster of conditions, including high blood pressure, high blood sugar, excess body fat around the waist, and abnormal cholesterol levels that occur together, thus increasing the risk of heart disease, stroke, and diabetes. It is often linked to obesity and insulin resistance, with diet playing a significant role. High intake of refined carbohydrates, sugars, and unhealthy fats contributes to the development of metabolic syndrome. Symptoms include increased waist circumference, high blood pressure, and elevated blood sugar levels. The carnivore diet helps reverse metabolic syndrome by addressing its root causes through dietary changes. By eliminating refined carbohydrates and sugars, the diet reduces insulin resistance and stabilizes blood sugar levels. A study in the Journal of the American Medical Association found that low-carb diets significantly improve various markers of metabolic syndrome, including waist circumference, blood pressure, and lipid profiles. The high-protein and high-fat nature of the carnivore diet promotes satiety and reduces overall calorie intake, leading to weight loss and improved metabolic health. Additionally, the diet's focus on nutrient-dense animal products ensures adequate intake of essential vitamins and minerals, supporting overall health. By reducing inflammation and oxidative stress, the carnivore diet helps mitigate the risk factors associated with metabolic syndrome, thus promoting long-term cardiovascular and metabolic health. Our next section covers digestive and autoimmune health disease. Number 6. Inflammatory bowel disease. Inflammatory bowel disease, also known as IBD, is a group of disorders that cause chronic inflammation of the digestive tract. Symptoms include severe diarrhea, pain, fatigue, and weight loss. Diet and immune system malfunctions play significant roles in promoting this health condition. High intake of processed foods, sugars, and certain fibers can worsen inflammation and symptoms. Again, the carnivore diet helps cure this disease by reducing dietary triggers and inflammation. By eliminating plant-based foods, the diet removes potential irritants and antigens that can provoke immune responses. The carnivore diet's focus on animal products ensures a high intake of bioavailable nutrients, supporting overall health and healing. Additionally, the diet's anti-inflammatory properties help reduce gut inflammation and promote remission. Research has shown that reducing dietary carbohydrates significantly decreases inflammatory markers in our gut. By providing a nutrient-dense, easily digestible diet, the carnivore approach helps heal IBD symptoms and improve gut health, thus offering relief and promoting long-term remission for sufferers. Moving on, at number 7, we have Crohn's disease. Crohn's disease is a type of inflammatory bowel disease that can affect any part of the gastrointestinal tract, causing inflammation, pain, diarrhea, and weight loss. It involves a combination of genetic, environmental, and immune factors that push this disease to severity. Crohn's disease can be cured through carnivore diet by minimizing dietary triggers and promoting gut health. By focusing exclusively on animal products, the diet eliminates plant-based irritants and fibers that can cause inflammation and discomfort. A study in the Journal of Crohn's and Colitis found that a diet low in certain carbohydrates and sugars improves symptoms and reduces inflammation in Crohn's patients. Additionally, the diet's anti-inflammatory properties help reduce gut inflammation and promote remission. By providing easily digestible proteins and fats, the carnivore diet can alleviate digestive symptoms, improve nutrient absorption, and support the body's natural healing processes. Disease. Number 8. Ulcerative colitis. Ulcerative colitis is a chronic disease of the large intestine, also known as the colon, characterized by inflammation and ulcers on the inner lining of the colon. Symptoms include abdominal pain, diarrhea, and rectal bleeding. Diet significantly impacts symptoms, with high intake of processed foods, sugars, and certain fibers exacerbating inflammation. Similar to Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis can be healed with the carnivore diet by reducing dietary triggers and inflammation. By eliminating plant-based foods, the diet removes potential irritants and antigens that can provoke immune responses. The focus on nutrient-dense animal products ensures a high intake of bioavailable nutrients, thus supporting overall health and healing. Moving on, at number 9, we have rheumatoid arthritis. Rheumatoid arthritis is an autoimmune disorder that causes chronic inflammation of the joints, leading to pain, swelling, and eventual joint damage. Our diet strongly influences inflammation levels, with high intake of processed foods, sugars, and certain fats exacerbating the symptoms. The carnivore diet helps in healing rheumatoid arthritis by reducing dietary triggers and inflammation. The diet's emphasis on nutrient-dense meat products ensures adequate intake of essential vitamins and minerals, thus supporting our overall health and joint function. By providing easily digestible proteins and fats, the carnivore diet alleviates joint pain, improves mobility, and supports the body's natural healing processes. At number 10, we have lupus. Lupus is an autoimmune disease where the body's immune system attacks its own tissues, causing widespread inflammation and damage. Symptoms include fatigue, joint pain, skin rashes, and organ damage. As explained earlier, diet can influence inflammation levels, with high intake of processed foods, sugars, and certain fats exacerbating the symptoms. The carnivore diet helps cure lupus by reducing dietary triggers and inflammation. By focusing exclusively on animal products, the diet eliminates plant-based irritants and antigens that provoke immune responses. By providing easily digestible proteins and fats, the carnivore diet alleviates symptoms, improves energy levels, and supports the body's natural healing processes. So friends, here we are. We uncovered the truth about the consumption of saturated fats and red meat, plus we explored the top 10 untreatable chronic health conditions, which are pretty much cured by following the carnivore diet in its true spirit. What has been your experience with saturated fats, red meat, and the carnivore diet? How have you improved your health so far? Do share your experience in the comments. Press the like button if you found this video helpful, and share it with your loved ones as well. And to get more of such useful content related to your health and wellness, subscribe now to our channel. Plus, if you want to know why the carnivore diet could be banned, do watch the video showing up on the screen right now. See you there. So friends, here we are. We uncovered the truth about the consumption of saturated fats and red meat, plus we explored the top 10 untreatable chronic health conditions, which are pretty much cured by following the carnivore diet in its true spirit. What has been your experience with saturated fats, red meat, and the carnivore diet? How have you improved your health so far? Do share your experience in the comments. Press the like button if you found this video helpful, and share it with your loved ones as well. And to get more of such useful content related to your health and wellness, subscribe now to our channel. Plus, if you want to know why the carnivore diet could be banned, do watch the video showing up on the screen right now. See you there.